So I wanted to share my experience on sesamoid fractures. I've had 2 sesamoid fractures over the years, and when I was doing initial research on YouTube, I was a little disappointed because there really wasn't that much information. So I hope this video helps someone if you're in a similar circumstance. So the sesamoid is a very small bone in the ball of your foot, and it can be a very tricky injury to diagnose. My personal recommendation is if you have severe sharp pain in the ball of your foot and or swelling, at a minimum you need to go see your local doctor and get an x-ray. My preference for me personally was to find a podiatrist. I actually went to a couple of podiatrists, ended up getting x-rays and MRIs, and the MRI was able to accurately diagnose that I had a sesamoid fracture. When you talk about swelling, one of the things that had discouraged me is the length of time that the swelling stayed. My foot was inflamed, I couldn't put on a regular shoe, and that lasted really for 8 weeks. And so some fractures, you have the potential for that swelling to last a long period of time. My biggest recommendation in all this is stay off your foot 100%, whether that means getting a pair of crutches or ideally something like a knee scooter, because with crutches the downside is over time your hips are going to get sore, your back's going to get sore. The knee scooter is a lot more convenient, and of course you can get this cool basket, right? When we talk about supplements, some of the things that I personally felt like helped me, calcium, vitamin D, and K2. These were some examples. I just bought this stuff off Amazon. The other thing that I thought was beneficial was this Christopher's Complete Tissue and Bone, both the syrup and the massage oil. I think the syrup actually helped more, but both were beneficial. Some of the essential oils that I felt helped a little bit with the swelling: copaiba, tangerine, lavender, and lemongrass. There's a physical, mental, and spiritual component, in my opinion, with any long-lasting injury. You have to keep yourself engaged. If you don't do some type of physical exercise, what's going to happen is you're going to lose a lot of muscle mass. And so, buy some cheap bands off Amazon, some exercise bands. You can still do push-ups, sit-ups, that type of thing. You just have to make sure that you're not putting any pressure on the injury itself. On YouTube, like I said, there wasn't a lot of information, but some of the things that helped me was stay engaged with your podiatrist, go for those regular visits, get an x-ray each time that you go in so you can see that bone growth going together. That keeps you motivated that you're on the right track. Again, really quick on the swelling, don't get discouraged if your foot's really huge. Buy a pair of Crocs, buy something. They may give you a boot. In my case, when I put the boot on, my foot was so swollen it actually made it swell up more. So that's going to be a personal decision on your part. But when you talk about mental and spiritual health, I felt like don't just sit around watching TV all day. You need to read a book. I chose to do some meditation, read my Bible, things like that, pray, do some things that keep you engaged. And if you come across something that's helped you, please put it in the comment section. And perhaps if any of you had experienced surgery for a sesamoid fracture, maybe you could share that in the comment section, the pros and cons. That would be great. Thanks.